Good evening, Mask enjoyers. Right, so it's time to talk about post-Christmas because it feels like we have passed the peak prices for most skins in general. Now, this isn't like super bad. It's not the end of the world. It was expected at some point, but reaching it around now, I mean, it's totally fine. This went on for it was quite long compared to last year. This year has been so much better. It honestly feels like that's the case. So let's just talk about the current position that we're in. So it's currently the 22nd. We're currently waiting for the abnormal barders. We are fully expecting Lunar New Year skins tomorrow. That's going to be cool. Is it going to be alright for skins in general? Are we going to see quite a lot of people jumping in tomorrow? Don't know. Nothing really special happens for Lunar New Year. But of course, we will be seeing the return of the Chinese lanterns. Yeah. Very nice items, obviously produced by Facepunch themselves, but these do get appreciated. Whilst this is going to get reintroduced and it's going to probably go down to less than $2 at one point, give it another 11 months, it'll go back in price again. Like, that's a routine thing that happens pretty much every single year, and it's a very nice long-term investment. So if it keeps doing it every single year, why wouldn't you want to jump in? And of course, it's a perfectly fine thing to purchase. There you go. So my purchases, how things progress from there. As you can see, with the progress of the Steam wallet on the accounts, it's been pretty alright. Like, pretty much every single account I have is basically full. I've been making more and more purchases. Whilst not all of them are currently to max money, I have been making a lot more purchases, as you can see over here. I have bought more Operation Breakout cases. I went and bought another 100 of them, so that's another $900 plus. Yippee! But I also bought some valuable Counter-Strike weapons as well. I went and bought some Flashbacks pants. No longer shall I buy the hoodies. I will now commit to buying the pants. So yes, but I already own like 500 hoodies because I bought them. Right, but I also went and bought some sandbox skins. Well, yeah, sandbox skins. I only just found out about them, and I was like, you know what? I don't mind buying them because if I could just easily replenish my funds, it's not too much of a problem. I've already made a lot of profit out of one Facepunch game. Maybe I'll jump in and buy the skins in the other Facepunch game. Sandbox isn't officially and properly out yet, but it will be eventually, and if it does pop off, maybe those skins will be valuable in the future. I probably might have to make a video talking about that. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get across is I'm good. I've made my profits. I'm still looking like I could still buy some things and still make some more sales and still like make a lot out of what I have. Need I remind you, I had a lot. Almost 53,000 skins. Currently right now it's valued at around 85,000. But remember, this is like a snapshot from 2 months back, November 15th. Get a good look at all those skins. Do I still happen to own all of them? No. I've been making sales, of course. So, yes, soon enough, we'll see what the outcome is. I think I have probably easily done about $15,000 worth of sales. We'll find out, of course. But, yeah, all right, cool. Let's talk about the skins in general. So, of course, that's a very nice thing that we're going to see reappear tomorrow, and I will buy some, maybe 100, hold on to them, make some good profits eventually. Always works out as a very nice long-term investment. Tomorrow, though, will we see the return of the Dragon Rocket Launcher? It's going to go either way. If it returns tomorrow, it's going to be selling at $5.49 again in the Rush store. I'll just buy some. I think that could probably end up like the Chinese Lantern. Maybe it easily doubles in price again over the course of several months. Maybe it kind of sticks around its Rush store price from there on. I can make the purchase because I know I can replenish the funds, so I'll give it a shot. I will find out. I will learn. But if it isn't reintroduced tomorrow, well, I might be buying out as much as I can because I can't help but assume they'll be going up in price ever so nicely. We have no other rocket launcher like it. Obviously, it was made by Facepunch themselves. Was it only made for the Year of the Dragon? Are we going to see it tomorrow for the Year of the Snake? Is it a recurring, evergreen Lunar New Year item that's going to always reappear? Don't know, but it's a very interesting thing to be aware of, and it's something I'd definitely like to buy if it's not brought back. So, okay, cool. Let's now move on to yapping about, certain interesting skins. So, I don't want to talk about this one right now. I want to talk about other white skins. So, yeah, Comics AK-47. That rose up in price ever so nicely. And this is going to be a very interesting skin to talk about based on a nice representative of how things currently are standing. As I scroll down over to here, you can see over the past month, it's just kind of been, what it appears to have been like stable, I guess you could say. But when you look at its lifetime sales, oh, hang on a minute, it's a bit different. Stable is good though, based on what we're currently seeing. So since, around the autumn fall seasonal dip, that did go down to a low point at the very beginning of October. You can see right there, it's sitting at about like $9. Yes, you can sit there and say that's $9. And right now it's currently sitting here at almost $14. Yeah, $13, $14. So it really does look like we saw the peak happen maybe about 2 weeks into January. And now it's starting to slowly drop off. But need I remind you, whilst it kind of looks bad here, this is still very good price. This is still much better than what we saw here, right? So, oh no, here, there. Sorry, I didn't know where it was. I lost my timeline. In short, right now, whilst the prices aren't at peak prices anymore, you can still make some very good profit, and it's probably expected to be a lot better compared to what we're expecting in just a couple months' time. The spring season, the Easter dip. So it is expected quite a lot of skins will reach a low point maybe around March, April time, Easter season. So consider now, is the profit good now? Or would you like to wait it out until the summer, which will probably not really kick off for another 5 months? So, yeah, maybe it is good to consider making some sales. Grab the Steam wallet whilst you can and make some more purchases when you see this drop off around April time. It's in your hands, all right? That is the perfect example. Now let's talk about certain things we've said in the past. So recently, this was the most recent post-Christmas video I had. I talked about, you know what, I'm looking at the jungle biome and thinking, maybe other green clothing and armor skins might work out well, especially considering, Forest Raiders is quite expensive. Oh, yes. I've also made another video quite recently talking about the expected interesting changes that are happening. So with the primitive game mode, loads of people have been buying out the night hoodies and pants with the expectation it's going to work out looking very nice with the night armor DLC. There's expected to be a brand new cooking update, so fridges are looking like they're going to become a necessity, not just a roleplay item, and an actual thing you're going to need to have, otherwise your food's going to rot, and that's not good, because you need food now to make some delicious meals that might probably give you some buffs. Don't know the details, but it's definitely been mentioned on the Face Punch commits that, yes, it looks like fridges are going to become a necessity, and you have to power them up as well. We'll see what happens over the course of the next couple months. But a little bit further back in the past, I talked about this 6 months ago. 29th of June. Ooh. So I quite literally pointed out to everybody, look at your camouflage skins, and, well, it is to be expected. So many of them are going to drop down in price around maybe October time. That very likely will be the point of the lowest price it's going to go. But from then on, once we steer towards post-Christmas, the prices are going to turn out ever so nicely. And yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. So, if you can recall, I talked about Whiteout, Desert Raiders, Forest Raiders. Shall we go ahead and start talking about them now? Whiteout coffee can. Okay, so, give this a good look. $42. What? Here's a weird thing I don't fully understand, okay? Take a look at the Whiteout collection, as you can see here in SCMento APP. Can anybody explain to me why the coffee can helmet is so much more expensive compared to all the other armor pieces? I am completely befuddled. Now, first thing you might probably bring up is that the tier 2 pieces here definitely did not sell as much compared to all the other pieces. Understandable. But the Facemask here, which did almost, 73,000 subscribers, that is currently sitting here at $23, and that, here, more than half, $42. There's a lot of these in circulation, and yet the price is still holding up very nicely. There's not that many of these in the Steam market. Price is high, that's cool, but why is that so expensive? And when you compare it with the vest, this is almost 3 times more expensive compared to that. Does anybody have a good answer as to why the coffee can helmet is so expensive? Love to hear it. I know. Not everybody wants to wear armor in a snowy region. Totally get it. But nothing really explains the reason why that's so expensive. That's a mystery to me. I'd love to hear your answers for that. Anyway, Whiteout, you are doing very good at the moment. You have gone up in price ever so nicely. Whiteout boots, you actually came out of the hole that you're in, and you've been going up in price ever so nicely. You have already peaked, like a lot of other skins, but still much better than where it was a good few months back. Let's go back over to here and look at that coffee can. So $42 at the moment, and where were you just a few weeks back? Well, there you were. Look at that. So the summer was pretty good to you. You were selling for around $40, and then, well, you dipped a fair bit. Went down to around $30, a bit less actually, but then you recovered, and right now you're going above $40. Very nice, very cool. So that was to be expected, and I hope you jumped in and bought in with those sweet, delicious profits you might have made in the summer, because if you bought in on this, waited it out, sold around now, you have made some good profit. Now, peak price, has it already happened? Well, if you were to just zoom in here a little bit more, it looks like we're stagnating, but it still looks like a perfectly fine time to consider selling. And when you look at it that way, yeah, this is held up very nicely. It very likely will just keep going higher and higher and higher. Next summer, that'll go up a price. With the expected jungle biome and a lot of people probably wanting to play around then, more people playing, more demand for skins. It's expected to go through this whole process all over again. So yes, this might dip during Easter time, but summer, oh. So again, keep an eye out. It was $30 during October time. It's now more than $40 now. Do you reckon you could have made a bit of profit there? Or for the amount of money that was selling for, maybe you could have put it towards other things. So yeah, you could probably do that. Anyway, moving out here, the kilt. So the kilt, it's about $22. It's pretty expensive, and when you look at its all-time high prices, yeah, it's basically that. Now, recently, it has, of course, dropped off. So, going up. At the very beginning of January, it peaks, stagnates for a bit, now it's starting to drop off. So, after 2 weeks in January, then it starts to slow down. But then again, the price it's currently at now, still much better than where it was a good few weeks back. So, point made, low point October, the beginning of October, that was selling for about $15, now $22, so cool. Keep an eye on this during Easter, it very likely will drop off again. Now over to here, No Mercy Jacket, probably the best white jacket you could probably look at. You could also make considerations for the Snowcamo Jacket. That has had a very fun time these past few weeks, 100%. But first of all, No Mercy, No Mercy Jacket, you're currently selling over $40. Your barters have been improving, and your sales over the past few years, well, look at that. Price has elegantly risen up nicely, went down to a low point of about $27 here, and now it's currently pushing all the way up to above $40. Very cool. Is it just going to keep going up in price? Wouldn't be surprised. Is that barter ever going to get another barter? Am I ever going to succeed again with that? I don't think so. I did that barter when it first came out years ago. Anyway, No Mercy collection can blend up nicely with the Whiteout collection. We don't have a Whiteout jacket. That's probably the best thing you can wear. Now, if I were to close that and show you this, much more affordable, a bit grayer, but, you know, in distances and whatnot, if you're standing next to rocks, still very good camouflage. That is a default skin that you get given for free. If you play Rust quite a lot, you'll probably get like a random free t-shirt skin, random pair of boots. You could also maybe get a tempered AK-47. Anyway, this is one of those skins, and it's currently selling for $2 because, of course, loads of people playing. Need I remind you, at one point, 260,000 people. But that jacket that we're currently looking at, even though it's given away for absolutely free, it keeps going up in price over the course of the past couple of years. Rust has just kept increasing with its player count. More people getting involved, more people playing the game. That price just keeps going up and up and up. Yeah, it probably peaked a couple of weeks, like 10 days ago, I'm guessing. Yeah, 2 weeks into January, it peaked. Yes, it's expected to slowly start going down in price now, but give it the summertime. Give it the summertime. Do you reckon it'll go up even higher? I wouldn't be surprised. What about post-Christmas 2026 next year? I wouldn't be surprised. But here's the thing, especially with the summertime, if the jungle biome comes out, don't you think everybody's going to jump around into the jungle biome? I'm thinking maybe the whiteout skins might not be as appreciated. That's just a bit of a joke, but we'll see. Anyway, so that worked out very well. That worked out perfectly. Now let's move on to the No Mercy backpack. So, of course, we mentioned the jacket, but I have to bring this up. Just before we had Christmas, we had the first ever skinnable backpacks. No Mercy was one of them. That was the first marketable one, along with the hard suit. Now, I looked at that, and I thought, yeah, that looks awesome. That looks cool. No Mercy is a fairly in-demand collection. It then did over 50,000 subscribers. So it sold at $3. And I was like, guys, you know there's going to be a lot more backpacks after this, right? And ever since this came out, when we got the first ever backpacks introduced, every single week after that, we have had a brand new backpack in a Rust store, and we've had Twitch drops. So as time has gone on, as you can see right here, we've had quite a lot of backpack skins, and now it's starting to become a problem because these initial few are no longer special anymore. There's other options, and there was a white snowman backpack this past Christmas. It's mostly white. Anyway, that didn't do the No Mercy backpack any favours, basically. So, considering that, sold at $3, it's now at $2. This was expected. I warned everybody. I kept making videos like trying to point this out to you. Go over to my YouTube real quickly. Look at the main page here. You can go to the main Hedge page, and then you can search. I'll type in backpack, and you'll see that video that I made. I was like, guys, you have got to be prepared. You have been warned. I am pointing this out. That is expected to go down in price. I put that out on the 23rd of November. Guess what? I've seen this all happen before. I've experienced it. I gave you the warning, and lo and behold, it's repeated itself. It's happened. It's gone down in price, and it hasn't even reached a low point. We have not reached a rock bottom price. We haven't even touched Easter time. So $2 now. Could it go much lower? Well, I'm looking at the barders here. We could easily go down all the way to probably $1.50, maybe even less. I gave you the warnings. I gave you the warnings, and look what happened. So it did retain most of its value, but most of its value is still a case of it's lost a third of its price. So yes, let's go ahead and take a look at its price history. So this actually, it's just gone down. I mean, it kind of recovered for a little bit and went down. I warned you. I gave you the warnings. So whenever we see another skinnable, an item become skinnable, you know exactly how to approach these first ever skins, all right? Cool. So unfortunately that happened, but it was expected, and well, here we are. Okay, Desert Raiders Hoodie. So one of the skins I mentioned when I first talked about preparing for the Autumn Fall seasonal dip 6 months ago, I looked at this and I thought, yeah, keep an eye on this. Desert camouflage, whilst not as appreciated compared to like snow camouflage and forest raiders and whatnot, it's still desired, and you can see that right now, $24 basically. Whoa! So how does that compare, with the all-time high prices? Yes, right now it is at its all-time high price, and as expected, it did dip down in price once we reached October. Thing is, though, the price from here to here is like next to nothing. It still went down. Anyway, it basically doubled. Wow. So yeah. Great thing to consider buying when it was October, but now, it's going to go down in price now, isn't it? But still, it's a perfectly fine time to consider making a sale, all right? Do you think this will drop off once we reach Easter? I would expect so. But the summertime, with that brand new biome coming out, and a lot of very curious people want to jump in and play the game, I'm thinking it will bounce back up. How low will it go? Probably not that much. I don't know. From the summer to the autumn fall seasonal dip, the October time, it went that down bad. It was down by like $3. You've got to start making some considerations. So, cool, you're fine. Now let's go over to here. Over to here. There we go. I want to talk about Thundergolds. So you know how we were talking about, the Comics AK-47. I had it. There you go. Right. Let me remove that. Sorry about this. So you know how we're talking about this. I said it's gone up in price ever so nicely. Well, white weapons have obviously been appreciated with the whiteout. People roaming around full white. They need white weapons as well. And Thundergold has, look at it, $5.80. For most of the year, because this came out in like early 2024, this wasn't really holding up that good. It was fine, it was okay, but it really flourished these past few weeks. So initially it went down in price. During the summer, it was appreciated, went up to about $4. October fall season, autumn fall season, I meant to say, it went down a little bit, but since then it's been graciously rising up in price. So from here to here, it's almost doubled in price. And where does it go from here? Well, I mean, it'll probably go down in price a little bit more since, based on what we see here. But summertime, keep an eye on it. That very likely is just going to keep progressing ever so nicely. So if you invested into that, congratulations with the profits. If you're waiting until the summer, all right, have fun with that. If you're waiting until post-Christmas next year, yeah, it'll probably go back up in price again, but maybe sell now, pick it up during Easter, and then go through the whole thing again all over again. It's up to you. And of course we have the AK. So, you could look at this and say, yes, I'm going to go spend $14 on this AK. Or you could go over to here and consider spending about a third of the price. Mostly white with some lovely gold trim. It's up to you. But yeah, people have definitely been looking at that, and the purchases have definitely happened. But same thing. Throughout the past year, in 2024, this really wasn't like crazy. It was fine. It was there. It did a good job maintaining most of its price, especially compared to all the other AK-47s. But yeah, look at that. It was going up a bit, down a bit, up a bit, down a bit. Went down pretty bad during October time. Doubled in price. So yeah, I mean, if the Comics AK keeps going up in price, I'm sure people will appreciate other white AK-47s, especially the Thundergold AK-47. There's now only 18 of these on the Steam market. Will it go down in price from here? Yeah, that is expected, but still a perfectly fine time to consider making a sale or wait it out until the summer. But I should point this out, over to here with the Twitch drops, we are going to get a brand new white AK-47. Junin's AK-47 Twitch drop has a very useful transparent aim sight, red aim sight, mostly white. There's a bit of green and yellow there, but that's going to be given away for absolutely free. All right, absolutely free. I've given it a good look. It's fine. For free, not going to complain. So yeah, will that potentially affect the prices of the Comics AK and the Thundergold AK? I mean, we'll see. Anyway, moving on from here, I can now talk about Forest Raiders. Okay, So, this is usually kind of expensive, isn't it? Usually. But here's the thing. It doesn't look like this really stopped going up in price. Take a look at sales history. So as you could go to here, it just kept going up and up and up and up. What's an autumn fall seasonal dip? It just went up by a big couple steps there, quite literally. 1 step, 2 step, there we go. So, yes, this stagnated a bit during the autumn fall seasonal dip. It just kept going up afterwards like this. This is now sitting here at $92. Face Punch would not accept flashbacks tier 2 or tier 3, but they're more than happy to have that at $92. Forest Raiders as a whole, I believe around the summertime it was approaching $300, right? But during peak prices, during January, so over the past month, Forest Raiders has gone up to $400. Yes, it has. Yep, and next year it'll probably go up to $500, and the year after that $600. It's getting a bit ridiculous now. I don't blame you if you think this is maddening, but it's happening. It's right there. Yeah, so these camouflage skins, they just keep going up in price is the point I'm trying to get across. Yes, oh no, it peaked. I have missed out on profit. Well, just hold on to it for longer then. It'll just go up again, and again, and again, and again. We're not seeing any more green clothing and armour, are we? I don't think that's happening. This is half the reason why I jumped onto the flashback stuff, because I thought, you know what? Jungle, I'm sure we'll see some, maybe, well, I don't think we'll be seeing any more green clothing and armour. Face Punch is very hesitant. The options have been offered on the workshop, but no acceptances. That's why flashbacks, Reptile Hunter, give them a good consideration to potentially invest into. Because Forest Raiders is not getting any more approachable or affordable. Okay? Point made. Right? I know I've kind of mumbled there a bit, but it was kind of hard to convey the situation. Right. Facemask, so another skin, $24, and of course peak price has happened, but it's kind of stagnated recently. Still basically at its all-time high price. Give that a good look, and yeah, it's not changing anytime soon. Might go down a little bit, but then summertime, Jungle Bone comes up. We shall see. So lots of things are lining up. Things are looking very fun ahead of us, but who knows? Now I could talk about some other things. So as I alluded to, if I could quickly hop back over to here, I did mention, the expectations, what's happening just around the corner. With this primitive update happening for February Force Wipe, February 6th, I believe, with the limitations for what weapons you can use, so basically no guns except the water pipe and the revolver, salvage swords, long swords, bows, crossbows, combat knives, all of these other weapons are very likely going to start being appreciated. I've seen a lot of bow skins. I've seen their barders starting to rise up higher and higher and higher. And I have started to notice more of these salvage swords getting bought out. Now, is this a manipulation? Or is this speculation? Like I said, if salvage swords are going to be used a lot more, does that mean there's justification to want to have skins? And, well, speculation would probably lead to the idea of, well, maybe a lot of salvage sword skins, long sword skins, bow skins and crossbow skins would be going up because, well, people want to have them because they're using the items themselves more. Justification. There you go. So I'm looking at this, and I thought maybe that's a nice thing to just show off to people. A lot of the salvage sword skins of the past basically sat around $1. A lot of the more recent ones for sure, but now things look like they're changing. Give this a good look. The future's going to look fun. It's just around the corner, the primitive update. And then over to here, what do I see? Oh, look, there's the Thundergold Kilt. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but with Whiteout, of course, getting very expensive. As I look at this right now, $8.50, and yeah, it's starting to stagnate a bit, but that just keeps going up higher and higher and higher. These alternative options compared to the camouflage skins, they're starting to get appreciated as well. And soon we're going to need alternatives. So anyway, do you like what you see? I do, because I've been selling quite a lot of these, but I've decided to stop because I'm like, eventually that's just keep going up higher and higher and higher. So I've been putting more of an effort now to sell my lesser valuable skins. So if I switch all the way over to here, I own quite a lot of skins that are probably only worth like maybe $1 or less. Let me just get past all these Twitch drops, and blimey, there's a lot of them. I actually just found this out recently. There's over 400 Rust Twitch drop skins. We're going to see more, aren't we? Could that, as time goes on, negatively impact our skin prices. You'd think so by now, but no. Give it more time, maybe. But yeah, in a single year, last year in 2024, we received over 120 Twitch drop skins. That's a nice little fact for you to be aware of. Right. So as I move on over to here, you can see I got a lot of random things. Oh, no, look at that. But I have to put an effort into try and sell these because, you know, if I don't do anything, they'll just probably stagnate and go down and not really recover. But yeah, at the moment, they're still holding up quite nicely. Most skins in general right now are selling better than where they were like a good couple months back and whatnot. I've got to put this effort in. I can't just sell the valuables. I've got to sell the more regular, normal skins. So, yeah. And that's something you might have to consider doing. Do it now before it's too late. It's up to you. But look at your inventory. Start making considerations, all right? And maybe you want to sell, maybe you want to save some of your more valuable things for the further future, because maybe it just skyrocket and go ridiculous. That happened eventually to Forest Raiders, so we shall see. Right then. So that was a yapping session and a half, wasn't it? Yeah. Player count. Starting to drop off a bit, as you can see right here. Yep, it is midweek. It is the third week into the month. But, you know, once we have the February Force Wipe, the primitive game mode being introduced, yes, the peak player count might be very, very good. Might be awesome. Lots of curious people jumping in. Will it actually maintain the interest for the rest of the month? I don't know. I am expecting February to be weaker compared to January and, of course, March and then April. But then May, June, July, summertime. It's all on the horizon. So, yeah, that's it. Feel free to comment below if you've made some sweet, delicious profit. Feel free to comment below if you've made some fun purchases. I know I have. I have to bring it up again. Ta-ta. That is a lot of purchases, and there will be more. Lunar New Year, I'm going to be making some moves, but I need to find out what is actually going to be there tomorrow. Will we get the Dragon Rocket Launcher? I want to buy them out, but if it has been brought back, then yeah. But then again, I'll buy a bunch and give them away on my streams because I'm like that. Ta-da! Right, okay. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Catch you later. Goodbye.